Have you ever hacked a level?
Like I once clip farmed on like Doggy's like TCD channel where like I drunk hot sauce instead of answering a question like have I hacked?
Have you ever hacked anything in your GD career?
Bro. I mean, one regret that I have right now, even though it helped me like in terms of skill, is probably making like Vehemence like way too hard. Even before Paco, this guy named Buffbat got caught for hacking, and he said SpaceUK is also hacking. Like that's what he told me. Like he's using the same method as me. He paid me not to tell
Oh.
anybody.
Is there any current top player you suspect of hacking?
One of them, and I just found out like they're just a crazy player. Like they're just like awesome at the game. I used to kind of suspect like Cervex. My name is Wpopoff. I'm I guess one neat thing about myself is I'm one of the youngest top players right now in Geometry Dash. Might even be like the youngest in the top 10. Some of my most impressive achievements are beating Slaughterhouse twice in a row. I mean, three times in a row. Hold up. Um, Verifying Amethyst. Um, let's see. Many impressive achievements like um, second victor at Tidal Wave, like possibly first victor at Thinking Space 2. So I'm definitely am a player with like already solid career, but looking to do more stuff, looking to be inspirational.
Heck yeah. And you did a Slaughterhouse Deathlink with someone too?
Oh yeah, I did Slaughterhouse Deathlink with Trick. That's my boy. We beat Slaughterhouse together.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that was really cool when I first saw that.
Yeah, definitely.
And at the beginning of these, first question is a tradition. Are you mentally healthy?
Am I mentally healthy? I'd say like I didn't watch other people answer this question, but personally, I'd say I'm like extremely, well, not extremely, but I'm definitely mentally healthy. There's no worries that I have with myself and like my mental health. Like I play Geometry Dash obviously and try and like do as much hard stuff as I can, but I think a strategy for me with staying mentally healthy is taking the game as like a game. Like I try and do my best, but I try and focus on a lot of other stuff too. Because if you
Yeah.
focus on one thing that um you're too like if you think about one thing and you take it too seriously, it could drive you crazy or like definitely hurt your mental. So basically like I play the game like I try and compete as hard as I can, but to stay mentally healthy, I have my mind set like on a lot of like different things in life. So I'd say in general, like I'm feeling well, I'm doing well, like I'm glad with what I'm able to accomplish. Um yeah, I'd say and I have some like really good friends too that like I'm able to talk to like in Geometry Dash and even outside of Geometry Dash.
Yeah.
So like right now, I feel like I'm in a good state. I mean, something could change later on, but like I'm liking life. It's cool.
Good. Hell yeah. That's
How about you? Are you mentally healthy?
Oh, I'm this is the second time this happened where I get asked. Right now, yeah, I would say I am. I am in a good time frame, but the last time I asked that, I would say I think I said no. But
That's nice. I hope everything like going on with you, like if it's good or not, like it gets better or just everything like can go your way, you know?
I appreciate that. And same goes for you. And that's it's good advice. Um to everybody watching, always like don't hyper
Yeah.
focus on one thing. Like that's some really good advice that can help you.
Yeah. And another thing, like right now I'm 15, so I don't have like as much stuff going on as probably like somebody a little older. Like I haven't experienced like every struggle I'm gonna have to go through. Like you always go through struggles. I've been through like lows. Like even though
Yeah.
I'm mentally healthy overall, there's not to say that I haven't gone through like some very like low times, but always after those low times for me, like even if it's like felt like it's been like a long time, like I always go through like another high again. So that's just like that's kind of part of life. Like there's gonna be some really big struggles, but like it just feels great if you can overcome like those struggles. So right now, like I'm 15, there's not been much that has really made me like feel like unstable,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, nice. This is a good start to this episode, and I think we can go into a little bit of a good yeah. Currently in the top 10 stats viewer right now, who do you think is the most underrated player? And I'll send you a screenshot of them right now.
Let's see. I know the top five by heart, but let me see. Let's see if I can name somebody from 6 to 10. Wait, I probably know who that is at 10, but I don't recognize that name, Alexander Serif.
Yeah.
Let me check out their YouTube real quick.
Yeah, I was talking to Trick and he was like, I asked the same thing to him and he was thinking it was someone else who constantly changed their name. I don't remember who he said it
Okay,
was.
that's nickname. Oh, dang, this is the guy that fluked Andromeda from 41. That's
Ooh.
crazy. All right, so that's potentially who I'd name. E-Shark? Ooh. Damn, all these players from 6 to 10, like Levi, Clune, Tyago, E-Shark, nickname, like huge shout outs to all of them because like they all are like very special in their own ways. Like so I know Tyago, he's crazy. Like he's so dedicated. Um, but I'd say he gets a fair share of recognition. Maybe real quick, let me check E-Shark because he's potentially the most underrated.
Yeah, he
So
has got
he
Bugawamba under his belt.
That is crazy. And out of nowhere too. Like I didn't hear about that level till it was actually verified. Let's
Same.
see. All right. Oh, he's beating a lot of list levels. Like, see, I like didn't even really know he's in the top 10. Mm, like I would say Levi, but they're getting like a fair share of recognition and like people understand like this guy Levi's crazy, but probably somebody like in my opinion, E-Shark, just because he verified like Wamba, and I never heard about him like until after he verified Wamba, and still like I don't even see the videos that he publishes, but he's beaten 36 main lists, 14 extended lists, like 26 legacy lists. So he's been going at it for like a long time. Yet like I barely see his channel pop up.
Yeah. That's crazy. 37, you said?
Yeah, 36.
Oh, 36.
36 or 37.
Holy crap. Yeah, his claim to fame definitely was Bubawamba. And to kind of bank off of this, uh rank the top 5 in order of difficulty in your opinion. So, we got the top 5 levels: Thinking Space 2, Amethyst, Flame Wall, Tidal Wave, and Nullscapes.
Ooh. All right. The two hardest to rank for me will obviously be like Flame On and No Scapes. I haven't
Yeah.
really played those, so like I'm just gonna mm, like randomly guess those. Out of all of these, I think No Scapes though is probably like the easiest, just because it's at 5. But I never played it, so the thing is like I would say right now it's 5, but like not care like if anybody took my opinion, because like what if I played a bit?
Mm.
And I'd say Flame Wall and Tidal Wave, they're pretty close. Like, I really don't know how to rank those because Flame Wall just came out recently and it's so hard to judge a level.
Yeah.
But I don't, I'm not sure about that. Like right now, like, bro, okay, so there's like two arguments for me. One of them is like, um, Quattrocientos' hardest before verifying Flame was like Belladonna, and that like is realistically like a huge jump to like a level in the top five. But he also did spend a lot of time, so like without like any sort of bias, like I just got to put Tidal Wave at 4 and Flamewall at 3 because like I have not touched Flamewall. Like it would be biased if I would say it's lower. So
Mm,
No Escapes 5, Tidal Wave 4, Flamewall 3. And the thing with Amethyst and Thinking Space 2 is like the list like compares them in such a strange way where they have Thinking Space 2 at 1 because or no, not at 1, but they compared Thinking Space 2 like with no CBF compared to Amethyst with CBF. And like I mean, many people don't understand like how much of an impact like CBF makes. Like Zoink said Thinking Space 2 is harder than Amethyst. He played Amethyst with CBF. Like I totally don't even doubt that like he's just like being biased. Like maybe there's like a little bit of bias, but like I've never played Amethyst with CBF, so who am I to say like his opinion isn't um like completely factual to himself. Like
yeah.
I think he's just being like honest. But for me, if I'm being honest, because I've beaten Amethyst with no CBF and I'm playing Thinking Space 2 with no CBF because like you're forced to play Thinking Space 2 with no CBF. Like I like for me, like in terms of difficulty, like they're both extremely hard, but it's like obvious for me to tell that Amethyst like is harder. Like if you're playing with the same version, like if you're playing Thinking Space 2 and Amethyst, both with no CBF, like Amethyst is like has taken me so much more time, like in attempts.
Yeah.
And like I played Thinking Space 2, even though there's a blocker, like with CBF, and played I guess some Amethyst with CBF, like it's just like pretty easy for me to tell that I think Amethyst is like in terms of just difficulty harder if you're like comparing the same versions. But I mean, how the list compares it, Amethyst with CBF to Thinking Space 2 with no CBF, like even though I think that's wrong, like I have no idea which one's harder. It could definitely be Thinking Space 2 with no CBF. It's harder than Amethyst with CBF. But if we're comparing them like while having the same like I don't know, if you're playing them the same like with CBF or no CBF, I think Amethyst like difficulty is like definitely higher.
Mm. That's something I did not know with
Yeah,
the comparisons, and I didn't know
yeah.
Thinking Space Two had a blocker in it.
Yeah, so basically Thinking Space 2, you're forced to play that with no CBF, like there's a blocker. But with Amethyst, like even though I tried re-verifying it with a blocker just so these levels could be compared the same, the list was like, no, screw that. And I mean, I understand why, like, hey, you can't re-verify it with no CBF blocker, but I'd say like the comparisons are like extremely unfair. Like if you're comparing one thing with CBF, which makes it a lot easier compared to something with no CBF. Especially if you've verified Amethyst with no CBF, the fact that they can be like, okay, these other people can play with CBF, like, it just throws off the list a lot, and it's like
Mm.
inconsistent.
Mm. Okay. And I guess we can bank off of these to the final question relating around the list. Um, who do you think are the true top five best players right now?
Oh, okay, so there might be a little bit of Nethermind glaze because that guy's like my goat, but no, starting at five, probably. Well, I'd say like the seven potential people I could list, like just like that could actually put in the top five, would be like Zoink me Trick, Tyago, Servax, Nethermind,
Mm.
and those are six people. So if I had to like um cut one, I'd probably put Tyago at 6. So he's like honorable mention, And then
Hmm.
at 5, I'd probably put oh, that's so close. Because in between Nethermind and Servax, I think they're so close because so Nethermind has like beaten more less demons, but I also know that like Servax like like they both like sometimes take the game super seriously and then they just play other games too at the same time, which is fine. Like I know Nethermind's like sometimes going through like CS:GO phases. Well, not phases. He just likes to play the game, which is cool. So
Yeah.
probably just because I'm like closer friends with Nethermind, even though I love Servax, like he's so cool. Like I put Servax at 5, Nethermind at 4, and me, Zoink, and Trick, like we're all so close in skill, which I've realized, and like I guess it just comes down to one's like own personal bias, like in this sort of way. Like um like I think like Trick could be better than like Zoink or Trick could be better than me or um like but it's just because like he hasn't been playing the game as much right now. I'd probably put him at 3. If we're talking about all time, I'd put Trick above me because like he's been number 2 and even number 1 for like way longer than I have.
Yeah.
Um right now, all right, so this is like obviously like a sort of bias because it's just me. Like I know myself, like I've done some crazy stuff that I haven't even posted. Like just recently, um on Thinking Space 2, like I got 85
Hmm.
and then literally the next attempt 86. Like basically I almost beat like Thinking Space 2 or I got to the end like twice in a row. Like that's something only like I feel like I could do. But I mean, I don't knock Zoink or Trick. I think they could definitely do that if they tried. So like just because it's me, like I'd put myself at 1 and Zoink at 2. Like but if we're talking about all time, like what we've done, like no doubt, like Zoink has been more inspirational so far. Like Zoink is like definitely better all time, been playing for longer. But if we're just talking about in terms of like raw skill, like I feel like I haven't reached my peak yet, and like I'm definitely gonna like be able to get better and
Yeah.
like because I don't know Zoink, like all respect to him, like he may have not reached his peak yet, but I just know he's been playing for longer, so like in my mind I think he's peaked and like I haven't. But like Zoink is absolutely crazy. Like I mean I do not like I'm not surprised when people say he's like still number 1. Like he does amazing things like me and Trick do. And just because I'm ranking it, like I put myself at 1, Zoink at 2, Trick at 3, Nethermind at 4, and Servex at 5. But like even the whole top 5, like they're interchangeable and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. With these interviews, I've learned one thing about like the brain will usually peak with a game like Geometry Dash at the age of 21. So I'm really excited when like Trick will be the first to turn 21 in the top 5, I think, and then Zoink and then
yeah.
you, which that's going to be a really exciting time.
Yeah, for real. See all our peaks, see what we can
Yeah.
truly bring to the table.
Yeah, it's going to be scary.
Yeah.
Like when you're 21, Zoink is going to be 24. I think Trick will be
Yeah, he's
26.
I'm pretty sure like Trick and Zoink they're pretty close in age and I'm like about 3 years younger than both of them. So like yeah, they even haven't peaked yet probably. So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And you have time over them as well.
Yeah.
This is talking to Trick, and I'm like becoming an adult definitely gets more in the way because there's more responsibilities, there's more
Yeah,
things you got to focus on,
definitely.
and okay, I was really curious about this. Um, how can you possibly play the game with your clicking method?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Actually, a lot of people ask me that, so I'm glad you asked me that. But dude, it's just like I'd say like it just has to do with being like different. like being unique or special. Like
Yeah.
I don't recommend how I click because like bro, like if more people click like that, like I'd be recommending them to get like arthritis and like problems with their hand. But I don't get that. But it's just something that like developed over time. Like I didn't start clicking like with my hand basically sideways. I just like the more I clicked, like the more it just like transformed into that. But I'd say the reason I click like that is because it just feels natural. Like I think you should do whatever feels natural.
Yeah.
Like there's been people like in sports, like Steph Curry, for example, like he is like the greatest shooter of all time. He shoots like differently than like everybody else. I forgot how, but he definitely does his own thing. So I just click like how I do because it basically developed like that over time and it's like my own thing. But like if I were to recommend it, like no, because if it doesn't feel natural to you, then don't do it. But I honestly don't even know how it got to like my clicking form being this awkward. It
Hmm.
just works though.
I mean, evidently it does. But
Like I tried clicking normally. Like, well, when I say normally, I just mean like click up and down.
yeah.
Like, and no, I don't even. I mean, I still play good because it's just clicking, but like it doesn't feel natural to me. So I'm not better if I just try clicking normally.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I've tried before um spending like an entire stream to do different clicking methods. Everyone says Zoinks is good. I disagree. I think even with yours, with the 90-degree turn, I still feel like yours is a little more natural to me. And that could, like, I like hitting the fat part of my index finger on the key.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it all comes down to what feels best for you. There's no certain like clicking method. Like
Yeah.
if I tried to click like Zoink, I would be like um probably like slightly worse than I am just clicking naturally. So
Yeah.
depends on the person.
And, we'll keep going in about you. How did you come up with the name Wpopoff?
Oh, I came up with the name Wpopoff because um it was my first time trying to create a YouTube account and my name because I started on Twitch before YouTube and my username on Twitch was Super K Star One. Like shout out to the OGs that know that. But there's probably a couple or a few, but basically when I went to make my YouTube profile, I was like, yo, like I haven't beat Slaughterhouse yet, but I have 57 on it. So I know I'm gonna beat it soon, so I need to think of like a cool name that I'm gonna come up with. And W Popoff, how I came up with that is there's like two separate parts of it. I came up with the W because like I used to see a lot of people that had just like a lowercase letter at the start of their name, like whether it was like Z or an X or
Yeah.
something. So I was just like, yo, let's put W. And then like I came up with Pop Off just because I was like, all right, I'm good right now, but I know I'm gonna pop off. Like I know I have so much more to show, like so
Mm.
much more potential. So I was like, W pop off. Like I'm gonna keep getting better. I'm gonna keep popping off. So let's make it W pop off.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And you should pop off. I've been hearing a lot that you talk about your like your time is gonna come or something like that.
Um. Wait. What do you mean by that?
Like I've been told that you're hyping up like your era in the game to becoming the number one, like overtaking Zoink, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do talk about that sometimes. Yeah, I guess the name like it could also stand for that. Like if I keep popping off, like I'll become number one.
Yeah. And who or what inspired you to become a top player?
Probably the first inspiration's Darami. Like that guy,
Mm.
like he's the GOAT. He's better than me. Um, let's see. Like I was on mobile for like a long time in my career, like a lot of my career, and I was just beating like like two things I would do on mobile. I just keep switching from like Roblox to Geometry Dash for fun. Like I was beating hard demons and like I don't know. I mean, a lot of easy demons. Like my stats don't even show everything, but I used to have an account with like 500 demons,
Oh wow.
and yeah, it was called like XXX Boss Kane, like XXX. Don't question the name. Like I just thought it was cool, and then like. I was just beating easier levels, and I was looking at Durami, and I was like, "Yo, how are you beating these wave challenges? Like this guy has to be the best in the game." And I'd always try and play like the IDs of like the wave challenges he was doing on
Yeah.
my iPad, and I'd get smoked. I was like, "This guy's crazy." So, and I thought he was so funny. Like a lot of like my personality, well, not a lot of it, but some of it's like kind of how he acts like in real life. Like he was just so funny to me, and like um he inspired me more than like any other probably like top player
Yeah.
because like I just found him like so funny and stuff. But I guess I wasn't much really inspired by a top player. Like I saw Enswish, he was so good, but I was more inspired by like, yo, imagine I could beat a top one day. Like I saw Tartarus, I was like, if I ever got a computer, I would like grind Tartarus for so long. Like I want to have like a top one. So basically, my mind was just set on like beating a top one for like my career. Like after like 2 years of my career, I was like, yo, I need to beat a top one. And I finally got a computer after like 3 years of my career, or four. I actually have no
Mm.
idea how long it was. And I was just so inspired to beat like the top one and stuff. And then after I beat that top one, I was like, all right, I did everything I wanted to do in the game. But then like just more popped in my brain, like, yo, what if you become a top player? And I was like top 800 at the time. And I told people like, yo, I want to become like a top player and stuff. It would be cool. So definitely um like if we're talking about top player like a lot later into my career, it was I'm pretty sure it was like Zoink, Trick, and Thunder. Like seeing those three, I was like, yo, like, what if I become part of this? Like, what if I like am right next to Zoink? Like that would be crazy. So I'd say like Durami was my main inspiration for the game, and then Tartarus like inspired me to be a top one, and then like Zoink inspired me to like get top one. Like went through a lot of different stages.
Mm. Alrighty. And in your GD career, have you ever hacked a level?
In my GD career, um, I mean, since it's like a podcast and being honest, no, I haven't hacked a level. Like I
Mm.
once clip farmed like on like Doggy's like TCD channel where like I drunk hot sauce instead of answering a question like have I hacked? But like if we're just like being honest and stuff, like no, I haven't hacked anything. Like well, maybe like I've like literally no clipped a random level like without the intention of hacking just to play through it like an easy demon.
Yeah.
But everything I posted on YouTube I've done legit. Like I've done like literally everything legit like VSC like tidal wave buff tidal wave amethyst like everything I've done has been legit.
Hmm. Alrighty. And I guess I kind of lied earlier. There's still one more question about uh, top players on the list. Um, when you, Zoink, and Trick all inevitably fall out of the top three, who do you think will be the first player to surpass all three of you?
Oh, that's a good question. I think like I feel like me Zoink and Trick like well I can't speak much about Zoink and Trick but like Um, I just assume like we all still have like a good ways to go.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's gonna be anyone like current, but like anybody that's not top three right now, like if you're motivated, I believe in you, like you can achieve anything. But I think like whoever overtakes us, I feel like it's somebody that I have no idea about right now. Like they're just gonna be like a prodigy in the future. Like they're just gonna have
Hmm.
like some sort of like what's it called? motivation to be like, yo, I want to get top one, and they stick with it. But I don't think it's anybody like maybe even in like maybe it's gonna be a person that's not even on the list right now or not top 50 right now. But like if I had to name a person, like I don't think I can do that just because like I don't think like we're looking at somebody that like will do that yet. But like I definitely think like, hey, if somebody in the top 50 wanted to get top one and they could do it, but realistically, like if I'm thinking who will, like I think it's somebody that like in the future is up and coming. Like, but I may be like totally wrong, but I just think it's gonna be somebody that like you couldn't put a finger on yet, or you couldn't like really assume.
Mm.
That because basically with like me, like I came up out of nowhere. Like nobody
Yeah.
would have like expected me to be like, yo, this guy just beat like the top two at the time Slaughterhouse. Like nobody like probably expected like that to happen. So I think that's gonna be the same with like the next top one player. We're just randomly gonna see somebody like going crazy out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's like that one guy, Spooked, who just randomly beat No
Oh
Escapes.
yeah, randomly beat no escapes. Shout out to him.
And then East Shark randomly uploading verification of Boobawamba. Like,
Yeah,
stuff like that. Like, I think you're completely right. It's just gonna be some crazy out of nowhere person that beats Thinking Space 2 and Amethyst and Tidal Wave and Flame Wall all in like the span of like a
yeah,
year or something.
yeah,
And
yeah. I agree. That's
and what was your biggest mental challenge in your GD career?
my biggest mental challenge. Hmm. I'm trying to think about my whole career, like as a whole, like everything I've went through, like mobile. I'd say like a challenge right now, maybe not the biggest challenge was like having to like just keep playing on mobile
Yeah.
because like I was like, bro, I want to get a PC. I know I could go crazy, but I'm on mobile right now. And um I'd say that was a challenge, but overall, I think it definitely helped me. Like, the more I played on mobile, the better I got when I first hopped on PC. But if we're talking about my biggest challenge, probably like, I'm trying to think because there's actually not one I can name right now, but it will come to me. It might be like the longest um thing I had going for my career. Like, I'm pretty sure it took like 5 years ever since I first started, or like four, was probably beating like a top one because
Mm.
like I first started on mobile. That was like so difficult. Like I couldn't beat the top on a mobile. I mean, maybe somebody's gonna go crazy and do that, but like I had to wait so long to get a PC. When I hopped on PC, like I was just grinding and stuff. I didn't know if I could beat a top one or not. And when I finally had the chance, like it was to beat Slaughterhouse, like that was like place at number two and I beat it. Like when I already had such progress, and then I finally had to beat Akron to get that top one. So if we're talking about my career as a whole, like like finally beating that top one, like felt like I overcame like such a huge challenge. Like part of like a huge passion of like my game was like to beat a top one. Like when I beat that for the first time, like it just felt so great. Like I overcame like probably my biggest challenge. But let's see, is there any more? I'd say, hmm, I definitely think that's my biggest challenge. Um, Definitely competing with some people has been a challenge. Like how I look at it is I was competing with people and they just kept getting harder. Like I had to compete with Thunder for a number three spot. Like we went back and forth. I finally like overcame him. I had to compete with Trick. Like we went back and forth for the number two spot. I finally did that. And then like now like I've been beating List Demons. Like I'm getting closer to Zoink. Like he's like the hardest of them all to like overcome. Like
Yeah.
um the highest on the stats viewer. But I'd say I guess just like ranking up, beating the top one, like that's been the hardest challenge for me to overcome.
Mm. Okay. And So I always ask this question. It is another tradition. It's actually 3 questions on here that have become a tradition now that I still have to ask. But what is your brutally honest opinion on Secret Way? And you can break my heart if it's a bad like if you hate us.
Oh wait, no, bro. So, well, I just want to ask like a question to you first. Like, when you first saw me, or like when you interviewed Zoink, like, what was like your like opinion on me? Like, did you think I was like a bad person, or like what?
Um, so obviously, um, elephant in the room. I got told to ask you this a lot by everybody. The Acheron clip. But I chalked that
Oh yeah,
down to like you were just 14 at the time.
yeah,
Like it's it's easier to not really have a grasp on consequences when you're younger, and you're older now.
yeah,
Obviously you're more mature now. You are almost 2 years older than you were at the time, even though it was last
yeah,
year.
totally.
And I chalked it down to that, but it took me a while too, because I will
Yeah,
say at first I was like um the whole thing with Trick being like a gambler and only doing it for money. Obviously I fell into believing that like an idiot, and then you being like, I don't know, some before interviewing Zoink, I heard about like you being some sort of quote unquote plant, I guess. I don't know what even that means, but
mm,
um after
yeah,
doing these interviews, I definitely kind of told myself, especially after the Nepesta
yeah,
one, I was like, these people are probably so much different. So my opinion on you has now been to not make an opinion on you until after I talk to you. And so far,
yeah,
like I think I it's been positive. Like there's just only positivity. Like you
yeah,
give it a
totally.
positive aura the whole time.
Yeah, I think you're awesome. Like the main reason like I wanted to do this interview was because um like I had a feeling like at first like you like might have had like not like only positive thoughts towards me, but like what's it called? You reached out to me and you're like, "Yo, want to do an interview?" So like that's what I think is awesome, like how I forgot the term for it, but it's like how somebody like they're not just so stubborn, but like their opinion, like they're able to change, like
Yeah.
not just by seeing like something like online or hearing from somebody else, but like the fact that you reached out to do an interview, like I thought was so cool because like I don't care um like who used to like dislike me, like if they're able to like change and stuff and be like, yo, this person's cool, or like I just thought it was so cool that like your opinion towards me like has changed like a little or a lot, I don't know, like but like I just think that's awesome. So like for you, at first I went from like thinking like, yo, this guy doesn't want to hear me out, like
Mm.
I don't like him that much, to like having so much respect for you. Like right now, like you're definitely um like a cool person, like in my mind, like such a cool person.
I appreciate that a lot. And same for you. I definitely I respect you a lot more now, knowing like
Yeah,
everything with like everything going on with like the list. And because at first when Amethyst was verified, I also kind of just thought like, oh, this was a forced top one, but it
yeah,
was top one when Trick had it as well.
yeah,
So my opinion kind of was a little more malleable when I was like, okay, maybe Popoff just had, because when I talked to Trick was like, the versions aren't so different from each other, so both would have been top one regardless.
yeah,
It's just that yours just so happened to get rated before Zoinks, so that obviously gave people some merit to send hate trains, which is never justified, in my opinion. Never justified to hate
yeah.
someone just for beating a hard level.
Yeah. No, I think that's cool. Like, I respect you a lot, and I respect like your opinions and how I respect like how people's opinions can change over time. Like even mine on like other people. Like I think it's good like to always be open-minded and
Yeah.
not be stuck with like hatred towards somebody because like it doesn't feel good like if you're just like always hating on somebody. Like it feels good to like just have like wake up the next morning unless obviously like they're an evil person with bad morals like but like if we're just talking about like a person like you gotta be in their shoes like be like yo like is this person really doing things because like they're a bad person or because like um like they just have like a different opinion on things and basically I just view everybody as neutral like the next time like I go to sleep and wake up and like my opinions change on people like a lot. So I'd say yeah, I have a lot of respect towards you.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that a lot. And obviously ditto. But I brought up the Amethyst verification. How did you acquire that?
How did I are you talking about like how did I get the Amethyst verification or are you talking about how did I verify it in general?
How did you get it? And you could talk about how you verified it if you want.
Um so I got the verification because like at the time I was verifying Vehemence and I was like, yo, like I don't know like really how hard like how much harder this is compared to like the top one at the time I think it was Tidal Wave so I was playing like Amethyst and I was like there's no way but I got like 61 in 9 days so I
Mm-hmm.
was like all right bro Vehemence like I might have made that a little too hard so after I got 61 like Mist reached out to me they're like yo it would be sick if like you and Trick did a race especially because I think it would motivate Trick more to play and like, we talked to like we all talked as a group, like me, Trick, and Mist, like, yo, who should verify Amethyst? And Trick was like Popoff can like have it if it's like if you're like um saying like we should race it because I don't want to race this right now, but like um no, what's it called? It's basically like Miss just wanted like it to get it out as fast as it could get out.
Yeah.
And like that's basically just like why Miss said, "Yo, you and Popoff should race it to Trick." He said that, and Trick didn't want to race it, so it just like came down to like me verifying it.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, that's. I'm pretty sure that's very similar to what Trick had said when I asked him about Amethyst, if I remember correctly. But the comment section will correct me on that.
Mhm.
But and you brought up Vehemence. This is probably the most frequently asked question, obviously. How did you gain and lose the Vehemence verification?
Um, we'll start off. I gained it because I think the first time I'm checking right now,
Mm-hmm.
like the first time the host messaged me like Yuko, they're like, "Yo, do you want to verify this other level that I made?" And that level I was like, I don't really want to verify that, but aren't you the person that has like Vehemence? So like I was like, "Yo, could I verify Vehemence instead?" And they were like, "Sure." And I was like, "Oh wow." Like I didn't know it was that I was gonna be able to verify that. So then I started playing that like and I definitely made like my version way too hard, but like I played it every now and then and like stalled a lot on it. But it was also just so hard to make progress on
Yeah.
because like I was like, yo, I like definitely want to make sure this is top one, but I definitely overdid it. So like it's been going on for like a long time that I had the level and I was like, all right, I got to do other stuff. Like I can't just be doing nothing. And then I lost the verification. It makes sense cuz like I still had 40 after like a year and like with my version being that hard and like other stuff that I'm doing like in the game, like it made sense for like Yuko to be like, yo, like we want um like some other verifiers to try this, like full focus on this. So I lost it basically due to like making it like making it like definitely too hard to verify like in like a reasonable amount of time because it
Yeah.
would have took like too long and like not full focusing on it. I mean, I did focus on it like sometimes like quite a bit, but like for the difficulty that it was, like the amount that I was focusing on it, it would have took like much of a longer time to get verified. And Yuko was like, "Yo, I appreciate you, but I want this to like actually be like get out sooner." So I lost it due to like two things like making it too hard and like inactivity on the level, focusing on other stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, what I heard a lot was the the infamous structure that got obliterated.
Oh wait, that could have been it too. How I made like some structures like that's just me like being bad at like um what's it called like creating like nerfs or buffs. But I don't think it was only that because like if it was only that, then like it could have been a simple fix. Like we could have got somebody to like help like rearrange the level like with the same difficulty, just like put stuff together. So I mean
Yeah.
that could have been one of the reasons, but like I don't like think that's like the only reason.
Yeah. I don't think it would be the only reason either. Because I remember Serve obliterated Jazer's part in Yatagrasu, but he kept that verification for a little bit. Because it probably would have just been a simple fix, like you said.
Yeah.
And still on the topic of verifications, are there any upcoming verification projects that we may not know about?
Um that you guys may not know about. Well, there's one in the future called Kingdom of Miracles that I'd say a handful of people know about.
Ooh.
Um, it's hosted by wait, it's hosted by a guy whose name starts with the letter D. Wait, no, his name's Duke. I couldn't think of it, but there's some cool creators in it like Kulik and stuff. But it's like been a long project that's been like going on for like a long time, so I don't know when that will get finished or not. But I bet you like in the future, like I'm always gonna not always, but like there's just over time there's gonna be like more opportunities that pop up. So like basically with Vehemence when I first lost that, I was like, yo, like this sucks. Like I've had this level for a long time, but it's like if I really think about it, um like there's gonna be more opportunities. Like with Amethyst out of nowhere, like how I got that opportunity to like verify a top one, like um
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like there's not much that I know of right now, but like if I'm definitely gonna do like a project in the future though. Like that's one thing is like there's a pretty good chance that like I'll reach out to somebody and like verify like a very cool project in the future. But the only one I can actually name is right now is like Kingdom of Miracles, which has been worked on for like a long period of time.
Hmm. Alrighty. I should probably definitely check that out after. And what is your hottest take in Geometry Dash?
My hottest take in Geometry Dash. Um, it probably maybe it has something to do with like oh wait, probably my hottest take in Geometry Dash. This is almost like a joke and stuff, but I might not even say it because like people take it too seriously and stuff. But I'm trying to think. Like, um, wait, let me
I think I might know one of them.
wait. Well, I mean, like, what's it called? As like when I used no, once I got banned I might still be like opinion banned, I'm not sure. But I was like, yo, I'm giving my opinions on these levels and like I was like, I mean, I don't think I should be banned because like I'm literally telling the truth. Like if you want to like um not take like the exact placement in my opinion, but just like consider like whether I think it's overrated or underrated. Like just take like a general like opinion of everybody's just not mine. Like you can do that, but like there's no need to ban me for like my opinion on these levels, especially if I'm like giving like my attempts and explaining how I think it's easier. Because I'd explain to them like, yo, I think something's easier than this just because like for me I struggled this much on this level. But like banning me like was so like strange. So like my like hottest take was basically just calling like the list like a dictatorship. Like yo, like
Ooh.
these people, like this has to be a dictatorship. Like, but it's like what's it called? No offense to them though. Like it's crazy that they can set this whole thing up. But like I just thought like the fact that they could ban some people and then like not ban other people. Like I just thought like yo, that's a dictatorship. That's some weird stuff going on.
Mm.
But if we're talking another weird take is like me calling like AOD like extremely overrated. Like it should not be like top like 40 right now. That's a good
Ooh.
hot take.
That is a crazy hot take. Oh my god.
Wait, let me see where I actually think AOD should place right now. I think it's easier than Deadlier Club Step, which is 36, but
Oh.
like harder than Solar Flare, which is 37. So like AOD should be top 37. That's a pretty hot take.
That is a hot take.
But like the thing is like there's been so many levels where I've called like the placement like pretty close to where the actual level is. And there's some levels where like it's not just me, like the placement is so off.
Yeah.
And like I've called placements too, like Tunnel Despair placement when it was at like 30, I was like, yo, like this is top 10 guaranteed, and I was right. So like and like calling Sonic Club Step underrated, it ended up moving up. So like a lot of the things I said, like even though they sounded so exaggerated, like actually became true in the future. So um like instead of realizing that, like the fact that they abandoned my opinions, especially if like they were crazy, but like a lot of them came true, like Ton of Despair, Sound Club Step, um, like a lot of these levels, like I just think that's kind of like a weird move to ban me for, but
Mm.
it's fine.
And to bank off of that, is your difficulty rating of Limbo ragebait?
Wait, that one, let me see. Well, like that's another thing. Like for me, so in my opinion, there's like two different types of like difficulty. There's a personal like placement for you.
Yeah.
Like obviously for me, codependence would be underrated because it's two player. So I'm gonna give my opinion based off what I actually like think it is. Like, yo, Limbo's not my skill set, so I'll give you this. But the list should just take that as like, yo, this is not your skill set, so that's why you find it underrated. But there's people who like it is their skill set, so they're gonna call it overrated and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how we get our placement. So like my opinion with Limbo was definitely not rage bait. Like there's levels above it that like bro, these were way easier for me to beat. But if we're talking about a general placement, like combining everybody's opinion, like obviously that's not going to be exactly where I place it. I understand that some people are better at some skill sets than me or more efficient at those skill sets, but my opinion, like generally like I tell the truth every time. Like I say where I think the level should place.
Yeah.
So like that opinion was definitely not rage bait. Unless I called it like sometimes I'm joking, like I once called like just like thinking space like the first one, I called that like first half heavy. Like that was like a joke back then. But if we're talking about my limbo placement where I called it 23 when it was at 35, like for me, yeah, I do think it's 23, but I don't think it should place there in general for everybody,
Yeah.
but for me, I think it's there.
Yeah, and that's what sucks. Opinions, like opinions shouldn't get you banned. like obviously the list doesn't have to take into account stuff that's so
Yeah,
unbelievably
exactly.
different.
Like the thing is, instead of banning like somebody for their opinions, I'd say like, yo, this person's opinion is like so out of place with other people's opinions, and like we can obviously like take this way less serious. But if this person says this, like it's so underrated, but then many people say like it's slightly underrated, then yo, like this might mean like it's underrated, even if it's not where this one guy said, um, like if he called it like what's it called? Like, if he said something so out of pocket, like, you don't have to take it seriously. Like, if it doesn't line up with everybody else's. But, like, I mean, like, just banning somebody because, like, they said something so out of place, like, three times, like, is crazy.
Yeah, like you, like obviously you're a top player, but it's like I would only see opinion banning be like understandable if someone said like Shardscapes is the harder of the two scapes levels. Like
Yeah, no, that's
that's
crazy.
yeah, that's when opinion banning
Because the
should
thing
come
is,
into
they're
play.
like the same, they're the same skill set too, so it's obvious that, like, Um, they're like you. There's no way you're gonna think that they're the same skill set. But if
Yeah.
somebody said like, um, let's say like Limbo, which is all memory, is harder than like Poo Cube, which is super skill based, which is basically what I said. Like I wouldn't see how that could get you banned if you're calling a level that's so memory based like harder than a level that you're really good at, which is a skill based level, even if it's higher.
Yeah. I'm definitely not the biggest fan of shutting down opinions, so that seems really unfair. But I guess it could just be the history of subtle rage baits, like
Yeah,
calling thinking space first half heavy. That's really
yeah,
funny.
that is funny.
But that's an obvious joke. Like
Yeah.
that's very obvious to
And also,
ninety
the
percent of
thing
people.
is I didn't, the thing is like I didn't tell the list that I actually think that. I just like said it online. But whenever like the list team, they've DM me, like, I mean, like basically every time I've just like told them like why I think this, like, and like where I think it should place. And like, even though I explained like everything about it, like they just banned me. Like,
Hmm. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. But hmm. So I think that stemmed me from asking you your hottest take, and that's a traditional question. And we'll go to the last one now. What is your biggest regret in your Geometry Dash career?
my biggest regret in my Geometry Dash career. Probably, um, I mean, one regret that I have right now, even though it helped me like in terms of skill, is probably making like Vehemence like way too hard. Like that's definitely a regret.
Hmm.
But I'm trying to see if there's any more. If there's not, then that's my biggest one. But I guess what used to be a regret was like I thought about it like 1 month ago, and now I realize like, nah, I'm glad I did it. But before I used to do a lot of stuff that related outside of the list, which was, for example, like Slaughterhouse three times in a row, like rebeating
Yeah.
Akron so many times, like buffed Akron. Like I used to do so many things which reached outside of the list. And since I wasn't placed at number one on Pointer Crate, people were like, yo, these are cool, but like you're not number one and stuff. So basically, I was like, yo, what if I just sort of list grind? Like, what if I could have passed Zoink? But like, I'm like, now that I think about it, I'm glad that I did those things because um, like, no disrespect to like Nethermind because he's like my best friend out of like anybody in the top 10 right now. But if you like look at like what he's doing, like he's reached number four. Like he's crazy. He's beaten all these list demons. Like he's been list grinding, but like to make like an impact on the game or get like the reason why like I have so many more subs compared to Nethermind, even when like we were three and four, was because of like that other stuff that I did. Like if
Yeah.
I never would have beat Slaughterhouse 3 times in a row, if I would have never like kept rebeating Akron, like rebeat Tidal Wave, like people wouldn't have like called me like better than Trick even when I was 3, because there was like a good amount of people that even though it was number 4 or number 3 on the list, they were like, "Yo, this guy's done so many things outside of the list that like some like I even think he's better than like Trick, and like some would even think I was better than Zoink just because of like the stuff I did outside of the list."
Yeah.
So before like what's it called 6 months ago I was like, yo, I wish I would have list grind, but 1 month ago I was like, nah, that's not a regret anymore, like I'm glad I did that stuff. So if we're talking about biggest regret, I mean it's probably only like making Vehemence too hard. That's probably my biggest regret, not verifying it in an easier state.
Mm. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of envious of your career in GD because honestly, it just kind of seems like you're having fun. Like when I
Yeah.
so now asking the top 3 pointer crate players if they're mentally healthy, you're the only one that said yes. I'm pretty sure Zoink and Trick both said no, and it's like I don't see them doing these other things just for fun. Like you, tidal wave buffed, like you
Yeah.
said, Slaughterhouse 3 times in a row, just constantly beating Akron. Like it just, to as a spectator, kind of, it just kind of looks like
Yeah.
you're just having fun with this game to the best of your ability.
Yeah, well, it's cool that you picked up on that. That could be like maybe part of the reason why I'm more mentally healthy, or I'm not sure. But yeah, I just do a lot of stuff that I find like would impress people, but also just while having fun at the game. Like
Yeah,
Slaughterhouse 3 times in a row, I was thinking like, yo, in the future I'm gonna be able to do this. Like when I first beat Slaughterhouse, and like nobody would expect it because it's like something so out of the blue, but like that was my passion. Like, yo, like what if I beat Slaughterhouse 3 times in a row, and then I just did that. So I guess a lot of that has kept me mentally healthy. Like even though like I'm list grinding like like some amount of the times, like I also want to do stuff like outside of the list
yeah.
and like have fun and stuff. So
Well, hell yeah. And this was a question I actually thought about just now because I was curious about this, and it is. I'm kind of a little biased because I cherry picked this question for a friend, but are you still going to verify water
verify
by
what? Oh yeah, that level.
yeah by
Um,
Meramix?
let's see. I'm not actually sure because like I think that level does look cool, but I said like so early in my career that I wanted to verify it. Like I think like 2 or 3 years ago that like now I do feel like there's like definitely like a lot more opportunities for me to choose from because like I've been reached out to like more now.
Yeah,
But I guess it just depends. Like if I have like a good amount of free time and like that's what I want to do, I will verify it, but it's like not like I'm not 100% sure like right now.
okay.
Like like if I was asked like right now like, "Yo, do you want to verify this?" I'd be like I have other stuff. Well, I'd say it in a nice way. Like right now I'm doing other stuff, but like maybe in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wanted to know because that level looks really cool. Like they
Yeah.
tried to I think it was the hardest boss fight or the hardest level with a boss fight in it, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly, which is pretty exciting to see.
Yeah.
And
But I'll be right back. Like 1 second.
alrighty, no, you're good.
I'm back. I just had to find a coat because like bro, my room's getting a little cold.
Oh, it's freezing in my room too.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to thug it out. And this question probably pretty obvious. Do you force the nonchalant reactions?
Do I force the nonchalant reactions? Well, like, what's it called? I react like basically I just think like, yo, I react how I want to. So like the first time I ever beat Slaughterhouse, like I had no idea how I was gonna react, if I was gonna yell or not. But when I first beat it, like when I saw that end screen and I got to 96, I was like, yo, this feels so cool right now. I was like basically aware like what the heck did I just do? Like what if I just like don't even react much? And it felt so cool to just like be able to control my emotions. So
Mm.
like I have like nothing against people that react loud. Like that's just how they react.
Yeah.
But I've always been like that where whenever I've done something like crazy, like or hit like a crazy like shot in basketball or something, I've always just tried to play it off as like, yo, that's cool, and then like not react, and like it just felt like nice to do that. So like my nonchalant reactions, like I could react like if I wanted to like start screaming, but it's just felt like when I reacted, like for me, like personally, it just feels like, yo, this feels cool to like just like act nonchalant after I do it. Like, yep, I did this. But what's it called? Like I wouldn't say they're forced because it's kind of like I've always been like that before
Yeah.
Geometry Dash 2. Like I've always wanted to like do something crazy and then just like act nonchalant after it. Like if I'm being honest, like after I beat it, I'm like, what the hell? Like how did I do that? Like I'm so happy, but like I just express it in a different way, like try and act cool and then play it off. But I'd say to each to each person is their own reaction. So like reacting cool. Sometimes like I like am like yelling like over something. No, not yelling, but like reacting like loudly. Like if I'm playing with my
Yeah.
friends like online, like we're playing like a game, like whatever game it is, like I'll get excited, so I'll start like talking or like yelling loudly. But when it comes down to like GD and I beat a level, I was like, yo, I feel like it'd be so cool to just be like pretty quiet after I beat a level. So like you could consider that forced, but for me it just feels like nice to be able to like react quieter. But like nothing against people that react loud. Like I think that's sick.
Yeah. And that begs the question, was the limbo reaction forced?
Um I mean like the same thing with that. Like I just do whatever I think would be like cool or funny.
Mm.
And like um when I beat Limbo, like obviously I could have done the same thing where I'm just like, yo, that's cool. But like um what's it called? Like that whole stream basically, I was or no, like I streamed it so many times and I was like struggling like a lot. Like it felt like I was getting unlucky and like I would never beat it. So like when I beat it, like I was just like um basically like hyping like or like what's it called? Like yelling cuz like I knew like I'm not sure. It's just like I just in the moment like reacted naturally. Like that's what I wanted to do. I was like, yo, when I beat Limbo, like I just want to randomly like surprise people, start like yelling. So I guess I just did it because like it would have definitely surprised people, especially because I'm usually not reacting loud. But I'd say like overall the reason why my reactions are why they are is because in the moment I'm like, yo, I can actually like control these reactions. It feels so cool. So like I'm gonna react however I want. So that's why I like started yelling after I beat that.
It definitely was a surprise.
Yeah.
And have you ever attempt lied in any of your completions?
Um well I'll say like first off, like for the harder ones, like I never attempt lied. Like one that was recent, Baking Space 2,
Mm.
like if I would have attempt lied, like it would have been so obvious because I got 85 like so unbelievably fast that even like 15,000 was crazy. But if we're talking about like easier levels, there has been times like I've attempt lied, like especially more in the past. I've never lied about my time because the only reason I've attempt lied was when it was an easier level where I was like, yo, how did I gain this many attempts so fast? Like I gained like 2001 hour, which I thought was unreal. And like
Mm.
so recently I've been including the time I take. So like I always tell the truth with that. But in the past, like either I've lied because of um not knowing like the attempts actually, like I just throw in a random number, or just because it was like so awful. But most of the time I don't lie. I just like there's a lot of videos where I don't even say my attempt count if I'm like insecure about it. It's just like that rare case, like when I feel like it, like I do lie sometimes if I don't like say the time, or if I like think it's so bad, but I still say my attempts. But like 95% of the time, like I just like either don't say my attempt count, or I say my like real attempt count if I think it's like really good and stuff. Like for all the levels like that are like in the top 25 right now, like I don't even think I lied like a single one on them. Like I'm pretty positive. Like even after I beat AOD, like Denny was like, "Yo, show me all these attempts right now," and then I showed them all. So, but like, what's it called? Like, I'm not trying to speak for other people. Like, I'm like, no, I'm not the only one that has lied. But um, what's it called? I have lied on like some of the easier levels if I thought it looked like so inconsistent compared to like my other real attempt counts.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's generally like a thing I like to do. Like, I've done it like in the past sometimes, but recently, like I haven't even done that like in a while, just because I actually like say my time, or I just don't say my attempts in general.
Mm. Okay. And I should have probably prefaced you can abstain from any like question. Like you don't have to answer any
Yeah, no,
question
but
that I ask.
I was fine answering that. Like that was like a question where like I don't care. I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
answer most of these unless like I actually don't like the topic like a lot. Like I'm glad you told me that, because I don't know, like I think you know, but like there's one like that I wouldn't want to talk about. Like there's only one.
Yeah. I can take a guess
Yeah,
and
you'd
um
get it right.
with this next question, maybe but who is your least and most favorite top player of all time?
Oh yeah, that's a good question to ask. Let's see. I mean, saying like the least, that's gonna be hard for me because like
Yeah.
I have so much respect for like all these top players. I don't think there's one I actually dislike. Saying like my favorite will be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's crazy. If we have to go like who's the most like they're all so different. Like I like really love like in the top 10 like Trick, Nethermind, and Tyago. Like those are my three favorite and like the top like probably 50, just
Yeah.
because like they're all so different. But I met up with Nethermind in real life. Like he's so cool to talk to. Like he's like I feel like he's somebody that's like so easy to talk to. Like he'll understand like what you're trying to say even if it's so random. And like he's like definitely a nice guy. Tyago is like me and him like what's it called? Like just when we're calling with each other, like we are like the same person basically. Like we act like so similar. Like um we laugh at the same things. Like we come up with our own like random humor and stuff. So I definitely like Taco so much. And Trick, like he's so funny because like um he can change humor so easily. Like sometimes um he's like uh just like acting normal and stuff, and then like he'll like say the funniest stuff like ever, or like react in the funniest way like after he dies in a level, and I just like can't stop like dying laughing for no reason, because like for me when I'm laughing, like I can't stop laughing. Like I start laughing at like some of the dumbest stuff. Like I start to become weak. So he's one of those guys that like make me like weak when I'm laughing. Like I can't just stop laughing. Like even if the joke was like 3 minutes ago, like I'm still like laughing and stuff. But I'd probably say like my most favorite top player would like Trick, Nethermind, and Tile are all so close,
Yeah.
but they're just like different. Like I feel like I talk to Tayaka the most out of them all, but I've actually met up with Nethermind in real life. So like, and there's a lot of other top players like that I didn't name right there that I like so much. Like I like them all, but I'd probably say like, ooh, that's close, but probably. I mean, it depends. Like, I might say Nethermind just because I met up with him in real life, but so many of them, like, I like a lot. My least favorite, I don't know how far we're ranging with top player, but
It can be
I
of all
don't
time.
really, I don't think, like, there's a player that I, like, dislike that much because, like, when we're saying least favorite, it's like I have, like, respect for them, but we're just comparing them to everybody else and
Yeah.
stuff. Let's see.
Yeah, I specifically worded it that way so it's like it's not saying you don't like them, it's just you like them the least.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how you worded that. Probably. Okay, wait. We're talking about top player. We're talking about all time. I wonder. All right, I don't think I know much of all time. Like,
Hmm.
bro, I probably had to say Zoink, which is crazy, but I have so much respect for him. Like, he's able to do like some crazy like things, and that's just because like I don't dislike like anyone like more like in the or no, not that, but like it's just that I don't dislike anybody in the top play and stuff. So like I guess I just um like him the least because I've talked to him the least. But like I know he's a cool guy. Like if I was in his shoes, like it would be cool and stuff. So like I think I have respect for him. It's just that I've talked to him the least.
Yeah.
But that was a hard question when you said like who's your least favorite. It's just that like there's been top players that like I've talked to a lot more and like laughed with a lot more. So that's only why I choose Zoink. But like that guy will like that guy's impressive and stuff, and I have like a lot of respect for him.
Yeah. The go-to answer for a lot of people was Space UK.
Oh wait, no wait, let me switch my answer. Space UK. Not Zoink, because I forgot about Space UK. But yeah, I'd probably say Space UK. And the only reason I was a little salty like over this like at one point, but I was like even before Paco, like the earliest to like no, not the earliest, but one of the earliest to call it Space UK. Like it was kind of a fluke, but kind of not. Like this guy named Buffbat told me like um this guy named Buffbat got caught for hacking, and he said Space UK is also hacking. Like that's what he told me. Like he's using the same method as me. Like he paid me not to tell
Oh.
anybody, and like Buffett could have been like making stuff up, but I just think it's so crazy if he was making stuff up that like Space UK actually did get exposed. And Buffett even said like his hardest like that he did legit was Arctic Lights, which turned out to be real. So that's why I believe him. But like Buffett told me like he or like Space UK um or no, he helped Space UK and stuff. So I was so gullible back then, but I guess I got this one right. Like I even told my like dad, like I was like, yo, like this top player Space UK, like I personally think he's hacking. Like even before Paco exposed him and stuff. And I sent like I have two like people that I DM'd, like I still have the messages and the dates where I'm like, yo, I personally think Space UK is hacking. Like I told like Tiago and I told like Pisces, and it was funny because like Tiago like was good friends with Space UK, and I told like Tiago like, yo, don't tell Space UK this, but like like Tiago told me he told Space UK, so like Space UK knew like I was onto something like before he even got exposed.
That's
But
crazy.
the thing is, I didn't actually have like evidence of like Paco did. So like Paco definitely did like a better job, but
Yeah.
I just had more of like a feeling like before anybody else.
Dang, that's crazy. There's probably a lot of people we don't know about that had suspicions of him
Yeah,
for just
probably.
no reason.
I mean, there's a lot of people that like have suspicions over me and stuff, and like
Yeah.
other people obviously. But there's like that's the thing. There's probably like a good amount of other people that um like had like suspicions over Space UK that we don't know about.
Yeah. And I really, really liked this question when I found it. Um, if you could be the verifier for any level in the past, present, or future, which level would you want it to be?
Oh, let's see. That is a cool question, bro. Um, mm, okay, well, I feel like I'm not sure, but um, I think like it's either Bloodbath or Bloodlust is like the most popular, like top one verified. Like that would be so cool, but I wasn't interested in the game like back in that time. Like I didn't know it was top one. But the top one that I had the most interest in was like Tartarus.
Mm.
So like with this one, I probably just gotta keep it simple. I'd probably say like Tartarus, like that looks so cool to me. Like that level, like was the one that inspired me to want to be a top one. So if I could verify a top one, like anytime, it would probably be Tartarus.
Okay. Yeah,
It's pretty
Tartarus.
random, but
No, that's actually a
Tartarus,
good.
yeah.
That's a good selection. Tartarus. I would like to say Tartarus was the third top one to push the difficulty gap like
Yeah,
crazy. Like it was
yeah,
obviously Bloodbath, and then we kind of had a drought, if I remember correctly. Like I don't recall Bloodlust being a crazy difficulty spike from the rest of the levels when it was top one, but
yeah,
the difficulty spike from Bloodlust to Zodiac and then Zodiac to Tartarus was just crazy.
yeah.
And then all that in less than 2 years.
Yeah.
And is there any advice you could give to players who are trying to become better at the game?
Um, yeah, for sure. Like one thing for me, and I don't know how much this impacted me, but I know it did, was I was stuck on mobile for like 4 or 3 years of my career. I actually don't know, but I know it was like several amount of years. And like the fact that I stuck with the game even though it was on mobile and did like crazy stuff. Like I did some crazy stuff, bro. I did like 57 to 100 on Waziretta on my iPad when I was like
Oh.
10 or 11. I was like 10 or 11. I was like cracked. Like that was my prime. I'm joking. But like yeah, I'd say like if you have like a bad device, but you know you're gonna upgrade in the future, I'd say definitely work with what you're playing with. So like keep sticking to mobile until like you get a PC or like if you know you're always gonna be on mobile, like try and do like compare yourself to other mobile players, like try and do the hardest thing you can.
Yeah.
But I'd say like for me, I always consistently beat the same difficulty, like over and over. Like I'd beat 20 easy demons or like 50 even, and then I'd just like jump to a hard demon. So like I would incorporate like steady progression, but then once you're like so good at that difficulty, like jump, and then once I beat that hard demon, I'd beat like let's say like 20 to like 30 medium demons, and then I'd jump to an insane demon, and then I'd start beating so many hard demons. So with how I progressed, I just beat like a lot of the levels with the same difficulty until I saw my attempt count like drop. And then when I was like, yo, I'm so good at this difficulty, I'm gonna do a jump, then I'd make a jump. But if you're just trying to make a jump from a level that you already struggled with, then you're gonna struggle a lot and you're not gonna gain much skill like as much as you think you would. But I'd say just master one difficulty and then jump to the next, basically.
Yeah. That's really good advice. When I beat when I beat my first insane demon, I think it was right after I had already like 2 or 3 hard demons completed,
Yeah.
and I was like I changed input devices like 5 times within the span of a year.
Yeah.
And I just do want to say this, everybody, the Wooting is the best.
Yeah.
The Wooting is really good. And also when I beat Cataclysm, Insane Demons just started being a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like the more insane demons you beat, like Cataclysm, like which is an extreme, will start to feel easier because you're
Yeah.
mastering the difficulty below it.
Yeah.
And
And
like, what's it called? Like what you said with the rooting, like I think like, um, in general, like that's probably the best keyboard. Like, but like,
yeah.
just like I told you with like how I click, even though I don't think it's like the most like efficient. Like it works for me. So like I played with the looting before, like at doggies and stuff, and like I definitely, well not definitely, but I think I'm more efficient with the keyboard I use, like the Huntsman V2, just because like the looting, like what's it called? If you talk about like in general, like you can like operate the settings more. I think the routing's
Yeah.
better than Huntsman V2, but for me, like I honestly don't even like how fast it releases or like how fast you can click. Like it sounds good and it works for some people, but for me, like I love the settings the Huntsman V2's on. Like there's just a little bit of delay that's perfect for me. It doesn't react like too fast and like um what's it called? I do think the Wooting's like a better keyboard in general, like um factually, but just for me, like the Huntsman V2 works like better.
Yeah. It is a lot about the settings as well.
Yeah.
And we are on to our last two questions, and we have question 8 and question 12 because I don't ask them in order.
Yeah.
Um I'm going to have you pick 8 or 12.
Um, let's see. Are these questions like scary or what?
Oh no, it's just I just go in a random
All
order.
right. I'll just go like let's say 8.
All right. Do you have a planned final hardest?
I'll plan final hardest. Let's see. I don't have a planned final hardest honestly, and I like there's definitely some people that have a planned final hardest, but like basically with my career as a whole is like I've just like proved to myself that I can do more than I think I could do, and like I still have like good amount of years left, so I can't really like plan like my final hardest. I'd
Hmm.
say like yo I want to do harder stuff. um but if we're talking about planning like the biggest project in my career, like my final one, like I don't have the answer to that yet. Like I cannot pinpoint what it could be.
Mm.
And I don't think I'm ever gonna have a planned final hardest. Like I'm just gonna like I mean, I'll probably be a final hardest like at one point, like kind of knowing it will be my final hardest, but not fully knowing. Like maybe in the future I'll do more, but it's basically like um I'm not gonna like limit myself to a final hardest because who knows, like after I beat that hardest, will I be like so much more motivated again or what? So like I don't have a planned final hardest, but like I think like I'll kind of know like what will be my final hardest like when I'm doing it, like if I'm like um starting to like want to do other things, but right now like I don't think I have a final hardest that I plan.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Like it'll just happen.
Yeah, it'll just happen.
Alrighty. And then the final question: is there any current top player you suspect of hacking?
Any current top player? I mean, I have, but I don't like to like call out names and
Hmm.
stuff. Like one of them, and I just found out um like they're just a crazy player. Like they're just like awesome at the game. Like I used to kind of like suspect like Servax just because like he was out of nowhere, but it's the type of thing where it's like yo, I think this like, and I didn't even think it was true. I was like, yo, this guy's probably legit, but there is a chance he's hacking. But like he proved to me, like even when he was in call and stuff and doing stuff, and just the way he acts, like this guy is probably legit. Even though anybody could be hacking, but like Servax, like uh what's it called? I used to kind of think he was like hacking, but it was like 10% of my mind was thought on that. I didn't fully believe that, and I don't think he's like there's like a chance he's hacking now. Maybe like for everybody there's a like 1% chance I think they're hacking. But if we're talking about all of Pointer Crate, it's the type of thing where I can't name the player, but I
Yeah.
do think that's like been a lot of this interview. I can't name what I think it will be, but I do think it will be like something. Like when we were talking about like who will overtake me,
Yeah.
Zoink and Trick. Like I can't name who, but I think there will be somebody special that does. So, what's it called? I think like there is somebody in the top 50 because there are people like still getting exposed like this past year or this year, like there's probably been like 5 people that were exposed for like nerfing levels or like doing some sort of hacking method. So I do think there's like still like some people on Pointer Crate that are hacking, but I just couldn't name who it is. I mean, like for me, it's like I trust everybody, and when I figure out like who is hacking or who's not, I'm like, wow, I could have never guessed that. So I don't really have names and what's it called? Even when I did potentially think Servax was hacking, like I did not like fully believe that. Like there was like a 10% chance in my mind that he was. But for everybody it's just like 1% chance for me I think they're hacking. And anybody could be hacking. Like I feel like anybody, no matter how they act, like has like the same equal chance to be hacking.